Hello there. My name is Sarah Lurcher, and the specific technology initiative that I chose to present on today is online learning and blended classrooms. Some background on online learning and blended classrooms. I would say the importance of technology has really changed within the last 5 to 10 years, especially within the last 5 years. And I wanted to focus on the difference between education and learning then versus now. There's a very different generation now than there was even when I started, like when I was younger in elementary school. They are chronically online, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that they have access to those phones and to computers and tablets and iPads that we didn't have really growing up. They have their phone right in front of their face. They have different apps like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, things that they're scrolling on constantly, all day, every day. And I think with that comes shortened attention spans, because you're scrolling on videos that are only about 5 to 10 to 15 seconds long, and scrolling past them because that one's boring and that one's boring. And so I think there's that shortened attention span that is very different within this generation. That goes into the rapid changes as well. There's been rapid changes in technology even within the last couple of years. And I think that has a big part to play, or I think that coronavirus has a big part to play in that, especially in education. We had technology and we had all the tools and assets that we have now. We had that before coronavirus. However, I think especially as educators, we didn't look into them as much because it wasn't a necessity. But then coronavirus came and we were shut down for 2 to 3 years, especially in schools. And it became a necessity to learn how to use technology. And I think because of that, we have kind of an ill light shined on technology, because we had to dive in and only do technology. And so in coming back from that and this new normal that we have, I think that a lot of educators, teachers, and schools kind of pushed away technology, and they're like, we need to go back to what we were doing before, just completely in person. I'm not saying that all educators did this. However, I think that it's really important to find a good middle ground between those two. And that's what I'm presenting on today, is the online importance and use of technology, and the importance of in-person learning and teaching as well. So my action plan to address the problem specifically would be decrease student participation and attention. And I think that goes right back to the shortened attention spans from apps like TikTok. My goal is to keep students excited and intrigued to learn. Actions: our students acquire Chromebooks, training and boundaries for technology, a mixture of lessons through in-person and online formats, and programs set up as games to hold students' attention. Persons in charge is teachers and educators and school staff. A timeline would be a full school year. I wanted to really give a good data set to be able to look back on. I didn't want just a couple months, but I also didn't want multiple years, because I wanted the same students to be able to collect data from. So I think a full school year is a good amount of time to do so. It also is it gives us time to have assessments in there and to have multiple assessments. Resources is funding for Chromebooks, as well as attaining Chromebooks for each student. I don't think that'll be too hard. A lot of school districts now do have Chromebooks for each student. Outcomes: students are more perceptive to information being taught, students feel seen, and we open our educational community up to so many new opportunities and ideas. The shareholders in this situation would be educators, being able to learn this technology and then be able to teach it to our students. Administration to be over all the educators and monitor the educators' learning and willingness to learn how to incorporate technology. School board members to be able to fund this and to get Chromebooks for each student. Parents of our students, this is probably one of the most important ones, is getting our parents on board. However, parents as well as educators always have the students' well-being in mind. And so I think working together will create really amazing outcomes. And then obviously our students being willing to incorporate technology. Benefits of incorporating technology: provides a more engaged learning environment, prepares students for the future, connects better with students, boosts collaboration, supports learning, and inclusivity. The one that I wanted to really talk about today is inclusivity. This is across all different genres. This can be socioeconomic, this can be disabilities, this can be, being able to incorporate individuals who may not normally interact with each other. I'm a SPED major right now, and so inclusivity is really important to me. And a really amazing thing for individuals with disabilities is being able to use technology to make it a more fair ground for them as students and as learners. So I think inclusivity is a really important part, and technology really helps with that. Some drawbacks is technology can be distracting, less direct social interaction, integrating tech is often time-consuming, equitability, and cost. Some solutions to these drawbacks would be to set boundaries. Students will, if you give them free rein, they will be very distracted by technology. But if you set boundaries and have lessons on digital well-being, then I feel that we would be able to be more productive. Technology creates more opportunities to interact in general. It gives us opportunities to interact between student to student, student to teacher, student to other students in other classrooms, in other schools, in other states. It also helps collaboration of staff and educators to create team goals and ideals. We're able to collaborate with each other. Offline mode as well as in-class work. I know that some individuals, this goes into the equity part, they don't have access to Wi-Fi at home, and so there are programs where you can work offline, and I think that would be a really great thing to work with. So some goals is to improve students' motivation to learn, promote good mental health, foster students' critical thinking skills, allow for problem solving, prepare students for the future, and increase collaboration between students and educators. That is my presentation today, and I thank you all for listening.